Hey there, tech fans. Rick here again from the OREI team with an overview of the USB 3-EX2H330R-K HDMI and USB extension kit. This product was engineered to make it really easy for you to share the media content and a USB connection from two individual computers at a primary location with a second remote location up to 100 meters away over a single Cat 6 or Cat 7 LAN cable. The product fully supports USB 3.2 peripherals as well as older USB 2.0 peripherals, and the transmitter features two USB-C ports for connecting your computers and two USB-A ports for connecting other devices. And the receiver module features two full-sized HDMI ports for connecting monitors, as well as two USB-C and two USB-A ports for connecting additional devices at that remote location. The solution also provides audio extraction capabilities where it can digitally separate the audio from the media content and allows you to pass that audio along to a soundbar or a home stereo for that full theater experience. It also provides RS-232 pass-through capabilities and utilizes the latest power over cable technology, which means a single power supply plugged in at the transmitter or receiver end is all you'll need to operate the entire solution. Now, as part of this overview, I'd like to start with a quick unboxing first, just to show you everything that's included with the kit. And then I'll take a closer look at both modules, and I'll explain the connections and indicators so you understand how to use the product. I'll list the features and functions that this device provides, and then I'll come back and do a short demonstration to show you just how easy this product will be to use with your own equipment. So let's get started with the unboxing. When you first open up the box, you'll find a transmitter module and a receiver module. There's a single 24-volt DC power supply. You can simply plug this into the wall. The other end of the cable has a barrel connection on it with a locking collar, and because this solution uses power over cable technology, again, you can plug this into the transmitter or the receiver module, which greatly simplifies your wiring. You'll also find a set of brackets you can use to mount these modules up off the ground, and a set of connectors for the RS-232 pass-through, and a full instruction manual is also included that lists connection diagrams, specifications, and a lot of other really good information about the solution that you'll need to understand in order to use it correctly. Now, if you stay tuned next, I'll take a closer look at both modules, I'll list the features and functions, and then I'll come back and do that demonstration. Inside the kit, you'll find a transmitter and a receiver module, and both of these feature full metal enclosures, which make them really durable and a great choice for both residential or even commercial installations. Let's start with the transmitter module first. On either side of the cabinet, you'll find these ventilation slots that are really designed to let any heat that develops during operation escape and keep the electronics inside at a comfortable temperature. You'll also find mounting holes on both sides that can be used with the included bracketing kit to mount this module up off the ground and out of the way. On the front of the unit, starting on the left, is a power indicator. When you add power to the module, it starts an internal power on self-test where it checks the electronics, and once it passes that test, it'll light the power LED, letting you know the module's ready to use. To the right of that is a link indicator. When you power up the transmitter and the receiver and make that LAN connection between the two, that LAN connection is checked, and once it's been verified, the link indicator will come on, letting you know you have a solid connection between the modules. The USB indicator lets you know you've plugged a USB device into the transmitter or the receiver, so normally that'll be on. To the right of that are two host indicators, host 1 and host 2, and a button you can use to switch between these. These indicators let you know which host is currently connected to the remote location, and again, tap that button to switch between them. Finally, to the right of that is a service port. It's a USB-C port that's used for updating firmware on the module if needed later on. And to complete that upgrade, you'll connect this to a local computer and simply move that firmware file over to the module. On the rear of the unit, starting on the left, is a power port, and that's used with the included power supply. You can simply plug that power supply into a standard wall outlet. The other end of the cable has a barrel connection on it, which plugs in right there and provides all the power needed for the module. Now, because this solution uses power over cable technology, you can actually plug that power supply in here at the transmitter module or at the remote receiver module, and the power sent for the other module over that LAN connection is enough to operate the module. So you can plug it in here or plug it in at the remote location. Next to that is a LAN port, and that's used for connecting the two modules together. That's where one end of the Cat 6 or Cat 7 cable plugs in. To the right of that are two USB-C ports, host 1 and host 2. These ports connect to your two computers using a standard USB-C to USB-C cable between the module and those computers. To the right of that are two full-sized USB-A ports, and these can be used for connecting external peripherals to these computers, like a microphone or a camera or maybe an external hard drive. They are a little bit different. This one provides 1.5 amps of external power, and this one is 1 amp. So if you're going to plug in something like an external hard drive that requires a lot of power, plug it in there. To the right of that is an RS-232 connection block. These modules transfer RS-232 control signals between them, and if you'd like to use that feature, you can connect right there. Now we'll take a look at the receiver module. Again, full metal enclosure, ventilation slots on both sides, mounting holes on both sides for the bracketing kit. On the front of this module on the left, you'll find similar indicators. Power, once this goes through its power on self-test, that'll light up. The link indicator should be solid under normal operations, and that indicates a solid connection between the two modules. Another USB indicator here to let you know a USB device has been plugged in. To the right of that, two more full-sized USB-A ports, and again, these can be used for external devices like a microphone or a camera or a thumb drive. Pretty much any USB 3.2 or USB 2.0 product can plug in here. 1.5 amps of external power, 1 amp of external power. Another port for updating the firmware on the receiver if needed later on. On the rear of the unit, starting on the left, you'll find another power port. Again, you can plug the power supply in here or at the transmitter end. Another LAN port, and this is where the other end of that Cat6 or Cat7 cable from the transmitter plugs in. To the right of that, two more USB-C ports, and again, these are used for external devices, 1.5 amps or 1 amps of output power. To the right of that, two full-sized HDMI ports, and these connect to local monitors at that remote location that you'd like to use to enjoy the content. To the right of that is an audio output port. It's a 3.5mm left and right analog port. This unit provides audio extraction capabilities where it can actually separate the audio component from the media being displayed on those monitors. It allows you to pass that along to a soundbar or a home stereo for a full theater experience by using that port right there. And then finally, to the right of that is an RS-232 connection block. Like I'd mentioned, it passes RS-232 control signals between the transmitter and the receiver, and that's where you'll make your connection. That's pretty much it for the pair. The OREI USB 3-EX2H330R-K is compatible with most modern HDMI media sources, including home computers, game consoles, laptops, webcams, and media players. The product's features include full support of USB 3.2 and 2.0 devices. It has dual remote HDMI outputs for your displays. It is both HDMI 2.0 as well as HDCP 2.2 compliant. It provides 100 meters of extension distance between the primary and secondary locations and features audio extraction capabilities and full PoE support. Now I'll show you the connections you'll need to make to use this product with your own equipment. And for this demonstration, over here I've set up two mini PCs as my input devices, and this is the media content that I'd like to share with my remote location. I'd also like to share the USB connection. Over here I've set up two monitors at that remote location that I'd like to use to enjoy the content from the primary location. In front of me, I have the transmitter module, the receiver module, and a wireless mouse that I can show you how the USB extension works. Now the first set of connections I'll make are to the transmitter module directly from the PCs, and I'll start by using a USB-C to USB-C cable and connect one end of that cable to a USB-C port on the PC and the other end of it into the USB-C port on the transmitter labeled host 1 and host 2. And now I can connect the receiver up at the remote location. I have two high-speed HDMI cables connected to the monitors, and I'll plug those into output number 1 and output number 2. And now I can make the network connection between the two locations, and that has to be a Cat6 or a Cat7 cable. I have a short Cat6 cable right here that I'll use for that connection, and I'll plug it into the receiver and the other end of it into the transmitter. Now remember, these can be up to 330 feet apart, so you can use a really long Cat6 or Cat7 cable. The only thing we're missing at this point is power, and because this solution uses power over cable technology, I've plugged the power supply in, and I can connect that to the transmitter or the receiver module, and the power required for the other module is sent over that LAN connection. So for convenience, I'll plug it into the transmitter, and the minute I do, you'll notice the LEDs lit up on the receiver. Both of these at this point are going through a power on self-test where they're checking the internal electronics. This one is checking the video resolution of the input media, and this one is checking the resolution of both monitors to make whatever adjustments are needed to give you the best possible picture. And there you go. So that's host number 1 at this point. And you can see that it's on both monitors. Now, one advantage of this system is that it allows you to either extend or mirror your desktop on those remote monitors. I've chosen to extend it, but I don't have a mouse connected yet, so I'll plug the dongle in for the wireless mouse into the front of the receiver unit. Now think about that for a second. I've got a USB device at the remote location that's connected to a computer at the primary location, and you can see that the mouse is moving around, so that USB connection is being transferred over that LAN connection to those computers. And to show you that I'm actually using an extended desktop, watch the mouse. See, it goes to the bottom one, then it goes to the top monitor. Now I have these monitors set up next to each other in the setup on that computer, but if I switch to the other PC by tapping the button, it'll take a second to make the adjustments needed to give, again, the best possible picture at the remote location. It's making the USB connections between the two sites, and when it comes up, you'll see that mouse available on the desktop again, and there it is on the other laptop. Now watch this. This one I've set the desktop to be above each other, so I can slide down to the bottom one and back up to the top one. Now the advantage of extending the desktop means I can greatly increase my screen real estate, which gives me a lot more room to open programs at the same time, or even open some of those programs in full screen mode. So think about what's happening here for a second. You've got a USB connection to a PC that's transferring video and USB control to the transmitter, which is converted into a network signal that's sent across that LAN cable, and then converted back into a USB connection and a video connection for display in those monitors. And it really is just that easy to get it working. I hope you found this overview of the OREI USB 3-EX2H330R-K HDMI and USB extension kit helpful. This product provides a really easy way for you to share the media content and a USB connection from 2 different computers at a single location with a second remote location up to 100 meters away over a single Cat6 or Cat7 cable. The product fully supports USB 3.2 and USB 2.0 peripherals, which means you can use it with all of your modern gear. It also provides audio extraction capabilities where it can digitally separate the audio component from the media that you're sharing. It allows you to pass that audio along to a soundbar, home stereo, or an amplifier system for that full theater experience. And finally, because it's using power over Ethernet technology, it allows you to plug the power supply in at the primary or secondary locations, and the power required for the other module is sent across that same LAN connection. And the last thing I wanted to mention is at the remote location, you can connect 2 monitors up to the receiver and then either extend or mirror your desktop across both of those monitors, which can greatly increase your screen real estate. Everything you need to get started is included with the kit, and with a few simple connections, you can be up and running in no time. So until next time, thanks again for watching.